epidural pain, it'd be like my neck, my back. Just kidding, it's just your back. So epidural pain, when they stick that guy through, two things are happening, right? They're going through tissue. They're going through the supraspinatus ligament, intraspinatus ligament, ligamentum flavum, our adipose tissue, of course, and then they're getting into the epidural space. What causes pain after you have the epidural, though, is they've like micro traumas to those tissues. The other thing that can happen too, if you get a bad one, is if the person goes in and they just jam the needle into the bone, sometimes that actually can make the bone pretty sore. So the way you know the difference between the two is if you move and you're twisting and you're like, you sat for a little bit and then you go to move and then you're like, like from the epidural, this darn baby. No, just kidding. But if you feel like that, that's probably just restriction in the fascial tissue and those ligaments that we need to get worked out. But if you know you have a bone bruise that feels like that, like deep, like achy, like like it just like does not feel good. I know my third one with my spinal, dude. I know for sure that anesthesiologist, I didn't like the look of her. I didn't like it from the very beginning, and sure shit, she hit my bone and I could feel that sucker for a little bit, and I knew there's nothing I can do about it. I'm like, damn, I had a bad one. But for you that have had good ones and just have a little post-residual pain, these are the things that I would do. So you want to work the area, right? We want to get it moving so that we can get restrictions cut off. Fascial tissues should slide and glide over each other. They should not like get stuck on each other. That's what happens. You get that injection in and you're like, dang, these things are stuck. So let me show you. You can take a lacrosse ball. You can stick it in this area and then I can try to start twisting. So in extension or flexion, and I'm holding the ball right where my pain is, right above the pain, and I'm flexing right below the pain, and I'm flexing, so I can start to work the tissue like that. If I'm a little bit more aggressive too, I can also lay on this lacrosse ball, right? So I put it right where I got stuck, and then I'm rolling my hips side to side here. So I'm bringing the knees to the side. I'm breathing as it happens. If this spot is particularly tight for me, I'm taking a deep breath in and exhaling, trying to relax into that space. The other thing is that the ligamentum flavum, dude, that thing goes pretty darn far. So I'm getting the tissue above so I can work on my thoracic spine. So I'm just bringing my knees up here. I can get this guy rolling. So I'm just rolling back and forth with my knees to get this area moving. Then if I want to hit a home run instead of a base hit, I'm laying on my side and then I'm opening this sucker up like a book. I'm going here to open up the area that is affected. Now in the low back though, a lot of it's flexion and extension. So the other thing that I like to do is I'll get on a stability ball like this, and then I like to let my booty drop like I'm on the beach sipping on margaritas. That hasn't happened in like 10 years, but actually this weekend it's going to. And then I just can rock back here. So I'm rocking all the way back here and then forward. I can also do a little curl up here just to get some flexion into the system. I can curl to the sides, and again, it's about just getting the tissue moving in different directions. This would not be good if you had a DR to do some of the like curling like that, but not horrific either. And then too, at night when you're sleeping, so if you're a side sleeper, you can put these little things on your side so it raises your hip bones up, takes some pressure off of that area. I mean, like, why would you knock a man while it's down, right? That area is like pissed off, so like take a little bit of tension off of it when you're in these stagnant positions. So I put this right above your hip in that little space. This keeps my spine nice and flat if I'm a side sleeper. Also too, you could use this for stretching, right? I can get a little bit bigger one or roll this up more aggressively, and then my spine's not in neutral anymore, but then I can reach. So I'm getting as tall as I can because I want to be 5'7", but I'm 5'4", so I'm just reaching nice and tall through the sides. Then I want to reach forward and reach my leg backwards here, and then I switch it the opposite direction. That top leg comes forward, the arm comes back like this. It's all just about getting that tissue moving that's stuck from the stick.